Okay, this problem here, this is 11.4. It's problem 3. Use the following information to complete steps A through D below. Okay, they give us information here. A random sample, N1 is 100 individuals, X1 equals 40 successes. Okay, and then we have here a random sample N2 is equal to 145. Results in 60 successes. Does this represent sufficient evidence to conclude that P1 is less than P2 at the 0.01 level of significance? What type of test should we use? Okay. The ability to recognize the test to perform is one of the most important aspects of statistical analysis. Decide which test to use when conducting inference on two samples. Decide what parameters addressed in the hypothesis in determining if sampling is independent or undependent. So they talk about proportions here. The set parameter proportions addressed in the hypothesis. So we do our p-hats here. For the first sample, we have 40 over 100. Okay, then we have for our second sample, we have 60 over 145. So we're comparing the proportions. Okay, then we check that the sample size looks like it's greater than 10 here. We have here n times p times 1 minus p is 24.0, and both of these are greater than 10. So it's given the problem that the sampling is independent. They tell us that. Okay, in this case here, when we set this up, notice that the comparison, the less than symbol is pointing to the left. Okay, so it's a left tail test. And the hypothesis of P is no change. P1 is equal to P2, or it's less than. P1 is less than P2. Okay, so we did that part there. Find the p-value. So we can go into StatCrunch. And then the stats. And then into proportion stats. Two samples with a summary. So I followed this right here. So for sample 1, the number of successes is 40. Observations is 100. Sample 2, number of successes is 60. Number of observations is 145. Hypothesis test there. That is less than. Okay, or you could do 0 there. I should be able to hit compute. And it gives me values here. The p-value is 0.415. Okay. So we have our p-value here is 0.415. And they give us a low significance there of 0.01. Okay. In this case here, our p-value is greater than our alpha. which is the alpha in this case is 0.01. So you draw a conclusion for part D. You can reject a null hypothesis when the p-value is less than. When it's greater than, there's insufficient evidence. There's insufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis. Okay? And that's the end of that one there.